Good day everyone! For today's video, I am going to discuss about division of radicals. Dividing radicals of the same orders or indices. To divide radicals of the same order or indices, use the rule n root of a over b is equal to n root of a over n root of b and rationalize the denominator. For example, we have 6 root of 64x raised to 12 y raised to 18 over w raised to 24 z raised to 12. So, ang ginawa ko po, using this rule, we will have 6 root of 64x raised to 12 y raised to 18 over 6 root of w raised to 24 z raised to 12. So, kukunin po natin yung 6th root ng 64. That is equal to 2. Bakit po equal kay 2? Kasi ang 2 raised to 6 ay equal kay 64. Ibig sabihin, if you multiply 2 by itself 6 times, ang kalalabasan ay 64. That's why, ang 6th root ni 64 ay 2. Pagdating naman po dito kay x raised to 12, pagdating po kasi sa variable, you just copy the variable and then you divide the power by the index. So, ang power po kasi or exponent ni x ay 12, which is divisible by 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Kaya meron tayong x squared dyan. And then, y raised to 18. 18 is also divisible by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Kaya dito, ang 6th root ni y raised to 18 is y cubed. Pagdating naman po sa ating denominator, 6th root of w raised to 24. 24 is divisible by 6. So, 24 divided by 6 is 4. Kaya, ang 6th root ni w raised to 24 is w raised to 4. And then, kay z raised to 12, 6th root of z raised to 12 is z squared. So, the quotient of 6th root of 64x raised to 12 y raised to 18 over w raised to 24 z raised to 12 is 2x squared y cubed over w raised to 4 z squared. Example 2, square root of 24a cubed b raised to 7 c raised to 12 divided by square root of 30a cubed b raised to 6 c raised to 15. So, again, using this rule, pinagsama ko lang sa isang radical sign or radical symbol. So, meron tayong square root of 24a cubed b raised to 7c raised to 12 over 30a cubed b raised to 6c raised to 15. And then, we simplify. Okay, so 24 over 30, that is the same as 4 over 5. So, find the greatest common factor para ma-reduce natin sa lowest term si 24 over 30. So, ang kanilang greatest common factor is 6. So, if we are going to divide 24 by 6, that is 4. And then 30 divided by 6 is 5. And then dito, a cube and then a cube, maka-cancel out nyo lang yan. Why? Kasi, di ba, in dividing expressions, we copy the variable and then we subtract the exponent. So, if this is 3 and this is 3, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So, any number, any variable raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, okay lang po na i-cancel out po natin yan. That is equal to 1. And then dito naman, b raised to 7 divided by b raised to 6. So, again, in dividing expressions, we copy the common base or the base, and then we subtract the exponents. Kaya dito, bilang po yung naiwan, it's because 7 minus 6 is 1. So, 1 bilang. Pagdating naman po kay variable c, okay, we copy the variable c and we subtract the exponents. So, 12 minus 15, that is negative 3. According sa law of negative exponents, kapag negative siya, kailangan gawin nating positive. So, nilalagay natin yun sa ilalim. Kaya si c cube nandito po sa ilalim. So, ang simplified form po or ang simplified form po ng radicand natin na 24a cubed b raised to 7 c raised to 12 divided by 30a cubed b raised to 6 c raised to 15 is 4b over 5c cubed. And then, syempre, kailangan mag-rationalize tayo ng denominator. So, para matanggal natin yung radical sa denominator, since square root ito, ang index natin ay 2. Pero, kung mapapansin nyo, ang exponent ni 5 ay 1, and ang exponent ni c ay 3. So, kailangan, para ma-rationalize natin yung denominator, or para matanggal natin yung radical dito sa denominator, kailangan si 5, gawin natin siyang perfect square. And then ito, di ba c cube yan? So, kailangan yung exponent or yung power ni c is divisible by 2. Since the index is 2. So, ano bang number ang divisible by 2? Pwede si 4. So, kulang tayo ng isa dito. And, dito din, kay 5, para maging perfect square, kailangan natin siyang i-multiply sa kanyang sarili. Kaya kung mapapansin ninyo, para ma-rationalize natin yung denominator, minultiply po natin yung both numerator and denominator kay 5c. Again, bakit po kay 5c? Since this is a square root, the index is 2. So, 5 lang yan, isang 5. Para matanggal ang radical kay 5, kailangan maging perfect square siya. Para maging perfect square siya, kailangan i-multiply natin siya sa kanya sarili. Kaya meron tayong 5 dito. Pagdating naman kay c cube, bakit silang? Kasi nga po, para matanggal po ang radical kay c cube, kailangan gawin natin siyang, yung exponent niya or yung power niya is divisible by 2. So, kulang lang tayo ng isa. Kaya isang c lang yan. Kasi yung 4, diba? 4 is divisible by 2. And then, multiply the numerator with the numerator and then denominator with denominator. So, 4b times 5c is 20bc. And then, 5c cubed times 5c. So, 5 times 5 is 25. c cubed times c is c raised to 4. And then, using the rule, square root of 20bc over 25c4, pinag-iwalay ko lang sila, pero may radical sign pa rin. So, square root of 20bc over square root of 25c4, c raised to 4. Then, equals, okay, evaluate or simplify. So, since si 20 is not a perfect square, pero meron siyang factor na perfect square, which is 4. So, finactor out ko lang si 20bc, that is 4 times 5bc. And then, yung denominator naman natin dito, square root of 25 is 5, square root ng c raised to 4 is c squared. So, nawala na po yung radical sign natin dito. And then, dito, evaluate ulit natin or simplify ulit natin. Square root po ng 4 ay 2. Kaya meron po tayong 2 dito sa labas. And then, syempre, si 5bc, since wala na siyang square root, may iwan po siya sa radical sign natin or radical symbol. So, ang final answer natin is 2 square root of 5bc over 5c squared. Therefore, the quotient of square root of 24a cubed b raised to 7 c raised to 12 and square root of 30a cubed b raised to 6c raised to 15 is 2 square root of 5bc over 5c squared. For example 3, we have 3 minus square root of 5 divided by square root of 7 plus x. So, to rationalize the denominator, multiply both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate factor of the denominator. Multiply the numerators and simplify the denominators. So, a pair of conjugates is a pair of binomials that are exactly the same except that the signs between the terms are opposite. So, kung ganito po yung itsura ng ating yung dinidivide po natin na radical expression. So, as you can see, binomial po sila. Binomial divided by a binomial. And, syempre, since we are not allowed to have a radical sa denominator, kailangan talaga nating mag-rationalize. So, kung ganito po, rationalizing a binomial, ang ginagawa po natin, we multiply both the numerator and the denominator doon po sa conjugate factor ng denominator. Pag sinabi natin conjugate factor, ay bawa po ito, square root of 7 plus x. So, ang conjugate po niya is square root of 7 minus x. Magkapareho lang yung term ng A at saka B, pero yung sign nila is opposite. Ito plus, ito minus. So, kung minus naman yan, kung minus ang given dito, ang conjugate naman niya magiging positive. Ganun po siya. So, here, we multiply numerator kay numerator, tapos denominator with denominator. So, dito, pwede tayong gumamit ng FOIL method. Okay? Or, ito si 3 times square root of 7, kaya meron ako ditong 3 square root of 7. 3 times negative x, kaya meron akong negative 3x. Negative square root of 5 times positive square root of 7 is negative square root of 35. And then negative square root of 5 times negative x is positive x square root of 5. Okay, bakit siya naging positive? Kasi negative times negative is positive. So, ito ngayon yung ating numerator. Ngayon, pagdating naman sa denominator, okay, square root of 7 raised to 2, or square root of 7 squared minus x squared. And then, dito, ang in-apply natin is the product of sum and difference of two binomials. Kung naalala niyo yun sa examples natin in multiplying radicals. So, kapag ganyan, ito, si a squared lang, and then minus, and then b squared. Kaya ganito po siya. Square root of 7 squared minus x squared. So, square root of 7 squared is equal to 7, and then, copy minus x squared. Tapos, titingnan niyo po yung numerator natin. Kung may mga pwede pang i-simplify, i-simplify. Pero dito sa example 3 natin, puro dissimilar kasi sila. Dissimilar radical. So, wala po tayong masisimplify dyan. So, as is na po, ayan na po yung nasa numerator natin. And, ito naman po yung nasa denominator natin. So, the quotient or the quotient of 3 minus square root of 5 and square root of 7 plus x, or 3 minus square root of 5 divided by square root of 7 plus x is equal to 3 square root of 7 minus 3x minus square root of 35 plus x square root of 5 over 7 minus x squared. For our last example, example 4, dividing radicals of different orders or indices. So, paano naman kapag magkaiba yung index nila? Like ito, square root of 2, so the index is 2. And then cube root of 3, so the index is 3. So, to divide two radicals of different orders, it is necessary to express them as radicals of the same order. So, we have some steps. Step 1, express the radical expressions into exponential form. So, to express them as radicals of the same order, kailangan i-rewrite muna natin sila into exponential form. Kaya si square root of 2 is the same as 2 raised to 1/2. And then cube root of 3 is the same as 3 raised to 1/3. And then, make the fractional exponents similar by having a common denominator. So, you have to determine the least common denominator of 2 and 3. So, ang LCD po nila ay 6. That's why meron tayo dito, okay, saan nanggaling si 3 over 6. So, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. So, 2 raised to 3 over 6. Dito naman, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So, we have 3 raised to 2 over 6. And then, express the resulting expression as radicals of the same order. So, since parehas na yung denominator nila, ibig sabihin, same order na yan, i-rewrite naman natin or ibabalik naman natin siya into radical form. So, yung denominator will be the index, so that is 6 root. And then, magkakaroon tayo dito ng 2. Okay, yung kanyang exponent will be the power, so 2 cubed divided by 3 squared. And then, syempre, kailangan mag-rationalize tayo ng denominator para masimplify natin siya. So, 6 root of 2 cubed over 3 squared is the same as 6 root of 2 cubed over 6 root of 3 squared. Since ito, ang index natin ay 6, and ang denominator natin ay 3 squared lang, so para tanggal natin yung ating radical, kailangan ang exponent ni 3 ay maging 6. So, kung 2 lang yan, kulang pa siya ng 4. Kaya kung mapapansin ninyo, minultiply natin siya kay 6 root of 3 raised to 4. Siyempre, kung ano yung minultiply natin sa denominator, yun din ang imumultiply natin sa numerator. Again, bakit kay 6 root of 3 raised to 4 ko siya minultiply? Kasi yung nandito po is 3 squared. 6 root of 3 squared, para matanggal ang 6 root or yung radical natin, kailangan ang maging exponent ni 3 ay 6. Since 2 lang yan, kulang pa ng 4. Kaya 3 raised to 4 po yung imumultiply po natin. Then, multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. So, 6 root, same order na yan. So, radicand times radicand lang tayo. So, 2 cubed times 3/4. Kaya meron tayo ditong 6 root of 2 cubed times 3 raised to 4. And then, pagdating naman po dito sa ating denominator, we have 3 squared times 3 raised to 4. So, you copy the common base, which is 3, and then you add the exponents. 2 plus 4 is 6. So, 6 root of 3 raised to 6. So, as you can see, this is our index, this is the power, parehas na sila. Then, simplify. So, 6 root of 2 cubed raised to 3 raised to 4. 2 cubed is equal to 8 because 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And then, 3 raised to 4, or kung imumultiply niyo si 3 sa kanyang sarili ng 4 na beses, that is equal to 81. And then, sa denominator naman natin, so applying the property of n root, so 6 root of 3 raised to 6, cancel out the index and the power, ang may iwan na lang po is si 3. Then, 6 root of 8 times 81, 8 times 81 is equal to 648. So, our final answer is 6 root of 648 over 3. So, the quotient of square root of 2 and cube root of 3 is 6 root of 648 over 3. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.